Podcast Network is brought to you by Edge Boost, the bank account built for better. Sign up today at edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Get a $25 matching deposit bonus. The DJ's line of gear is live in the merch store, and we're taking the time to celebrate 20% off everything in the store. Code SGPN. Actually, there's no code there. Just go to the merch store, 20% off everything. Circa Resort and Casino in Las Vegas is giving away the ultimate fantasy football experience. 12-person league to draft in Vegas and be treated for the VIP's stay. The winner will receive a 2-night stay at the Circa Resort, 12-person, 6 double king rooms, hoster draft at the Cabanas at the Stadium Swim, $5,000 food and beverage credit. You get limo transportation, welcome party, reservation at the world's largest sportsbook with a $500 beverage credit. Sounds like a great time. 2-hour open bar before you start. Contest duration is May 5th through June 30th. To enter, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/circa. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/CIRCA. Okay, we are live, and I have gum in my mouth, so I'm going to take it out. Hopefully the audio is okay. I know last time we had a little bit of audio issues, but I am here. I am in Charlotte. I look crazy. It's been a long day. Drove all the way from Philadelphia, hopped on a plane to Myrtle Beach, then drove from Myrtle Beach to Charlotte. It's been a journey, to say the least. But we're here. You guys know the deal. I will be at Quail Hollow tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday. So head over to my Twitter to get all the content, everything you guys want to see ahead of the second major championship of the week. But you guys know what we're here for. We're here to talk about the DraftKings board ahead of the PGA Championship. I'm not going to go too deep into the course. That's for a different podcast, a different stream. And it's not I don't want to. You guys know Quail Hollow. I'm just playing. You guys know Quail Hollow. It's a golf course we see on a yearly basis. Super long off the tee, a lot of long irons, a golf course. When Rory McIlroy owns this place, you kind of know what you're looking for in terms of the golfer. But let's go through each range, talk about some golfers' form, how they should fare this week at Quail. So let's talk about this 10K range and above. We obviously have a bigger range because live guys are here, stronger field, 10-2 all the way up to 13-4. Scotty, Rory, Bryson, Ludwig. I guess let's go Scotty, Rory, Bryson, and then we'll do the bottom 5 or 4 into 2 separate ranges. So if I have to pick one guy between Scotty, Rory, and Bryson, who am I taking and why? I'm going to say right now, I do think it is Rory McIlroy. If I have to say second, I think it's Bryson DeChambeau, and third is Scotty Scheffler. So let's talk about Scotty. I'm a little bit concerned. I know he won last week or last start in very easy, dominating fashion. That is just about the most polar opposite golf course as to what we're going to see this week. We're going to see difficult scoring, low green regulation percentage. You have to bomb long and straight, long irons, not a lot of wedges. And more than anything, this is a golf course that Scotty Scheffler actively avoids on a yearly basis, that has to be a concern. He skipped Philadelphia, an event that he would have fared very, very, very well in, to mentally and physically prepare for this PGA Championship at a course that he doesn't like. So there's some concern for the highest priced golfer in the field. Rory McIlroy, I don't think there's any concern for him finishing, T8, T10, something like that, at as the odds-on favorite in Philly. He hit his irons poor, but it was his first real start since winning the Masters. I think he's fine. Heads to a golf course that he's played generationally in his career. Bryson is a close second to Rory because if you're looking at the live stats, and I know a lot of you aren't looking at the live stats, what he's doing off the tee on live is from a different dimension. He's striping the ball so hard off the tee. He's hitting the ball as straight as he ever has. And there's a world where his crank driver gets banned because it's just too good. He's hitting the ball so well off the tee that I don't know. It's funny what he's doing off the tee. But with that being said, I still would lean Rory in this 10, 11-5 and up range. So I'm going to go Rory, Bryson, Scotty up here. Talking about this second tier of 10K and above guy, Ludwig, Xander, Colin, Rahm. I would rank it off rip. I would go Colin 1, Rahm 2, Xander 3, Ludwig 4. Why would I put Ludwig 4? The driving has been great. I think he was fifth, seventh. Last time I looked, he was like in the top 10, top 7 in strokes gained off the tee in Philly, which is obviously great. I will say the irons are a problem, and they've been a problem for a little bit now. And this is a golf course where the long irons are not gonna. You can't hide from the long irons here. It's you're gonna have a ton of them. You're gonna have to hit them solid. You're gonna have to hit them great, and that he's not doing that right now. So I know the driver will elevate his ceiling, or elevate his floor. But I really, really cannot trust Ludwig with the long irons at all. Like he drove it so well at Philly. He had a ton of wedges in, and he still couldn't take advantage of it. So Ludwig will be my bottom guy up here. So I'll skip to my top guy, Collin Morikawa. I think he's going to go underlooked, underowned. He didn't quite perform to the highest degree at Philly Cricket. Let's see where he finished at Philly Cricket. It was Collin Morikawa finished T17, nothing great after a 63 in round 1. Lost a stroke, about a tenth of a stroke on approach, which is never good for Collin. But I like him here because he's generally an amazing approach player, not a hot take. And if there's a world where guys are missing fairways, I like Collin to hit those fairways. From there, lean into his great approach prowess, and more than anything, strokes gained grinder. Joe Griner has caddied at this course for Max Homa. He's won with this course on Max Homa. And I really think that is going to be a massive benefit for Collin this week, having Griner on the bag. We saw what Griner did with JT at Harbortown. Now this is a course where Griner's taking care of business at multiple times before. So I think this is going to be a massive benefit to Collin's bag. So if I'm ranking the entire 10K range, I would go Rory, Bryson, Scotty, Collin, Rahm, Xander, Ludwig. I'd put Rahm slightly above Xander just because I don't think he's all the way there yet, and you're going to get a $500 discount. But I really do like top 2, Rory. I think either Rory chalk, and then the sneaky, maybe under-owned guy, Collin. I don't think people are going to be going to him on a golf course this long. So let's get down to this 9K range. We got Justin Thomas and Tyrrell Hatton. DFS, I think Justin Thomas is a fade, quite honestly. It doesn't get more obvious than Justin Thomas this week. Great form, course history, winner last time they had the Quail PGA Championship. It's obvious. It's so obvious. He makes so much sense. Yeah, what am I going to say? He's hitting the ball better than he's ever hit it before? Okay, hot take. Okay, Justin Thomas is playing good golf. But it's too obvious. The price is too high, and I like some of those other sneaky guys better in the 10K range. Victor's priced a little bit high for my liking, but it's another course that makes a ton of sense for him. I want to look at Victor's stat line really quickly. Finished T54, even par. He just putt horribly. He hit the ball fine, gained 2.6 on approach, lost a little bit off the tee, but it's a fine stat line. I like what Victor's doing right now. I would not mind going back to him. Middle of this 9K range, I would go with Hideki Matsuyama or Patrick Cantlay. You get Patrick Cantlay on a long Bermuda golf course where you have to be long and straight off the tee, which he generally is. And Hideki had a great week with the irons. He's gained over 10 strokes on approach in his last 2 starts. He got a top 5 here, good course history here, a major champion, and it's a great price for Hideki. I will worry about the driver a tad with Hideki, but for the price and the ceiling he has, I'm all the way down for Hideki. You guys know my stance towards live guys in DFS and in these weeks. They're going to be higher owned than they should be just because people don't normally have the chance to click them. So they're going to click them. I like to fade as many as possible and just get different if I can. So I'm going to be hanging with the Cantlay and the Cantlay and the Decky grouping in this middle of 9K range. Down towards the bottom, I don't mind Tyrrell Hatton. I could see people going. I'll talk about Russell Henley. I could see people going down to Russell Henley or Tommy Fleetwood to backdoor top 5. I don't mind Tyrrell Hatton. He's just been playing great golf all year. He's became finally won on LIV the last 8 months, which he hasn't really won in his career anywhere. So I'm down for some Hatton at 9K. I think is a good price. So Hatton, the 2 guys at the top, and then towards the 2 guys in the middle, then towards the top, I don't mind Victor. I think I'm going to be fading Justin Thomas at the top of this 9K range. Okay, 8K range. Russell Henley down to Sepp Straka. Sure, Sepp Straka is going to garner some chalk. Patrick Reed's going to garner some chalk. I love Sung J M, $8,200. Sung J M used to be kind of a birdie fest Bermuda guy, but his real forte is firm and fast Bermuda. He's a high spin player, so he's not going to spin the ball off the green, and he hits one shot. It's a high spinny but controlled fade. That's going to work at a golf course like Quail Hollow when he's hitting fairways and he's hitting long irons into these greens. I love Sung J M. I'm going to put a lot of my eggs in that basket at the bottom of this 8K range. Towards the middle of this 8K range, I think Will Zalatoris is priced really, really high. Therefore, he's going to go under-owned. You get him. He's a North Carolina guy, Wake Forest guy on a long and difficult golf course. That is what Will Zalatoris does well. And looking at his stat line, he finished T54 too, even par. He's not playing the best golf in the world. But like I say, I don't think it's far off, and I'm going to keep saying it for a little bit longer. He was about average ball striking, and he was almost dead last in putting. Not a shocker. Knows this place very, very, very well. I'm excited to see how he looks this week, but it's a sharp price on a golfer that I think will play well. And then Minwoo Lee, $8,600. I think this is a decent fit for Minwoo Lee. If hot take, driver putter really works around Quail Hollow. Just ask Rory McIlroy if you can have a hot driver and hot putter. That's Minwoo's game, and a lower green and regulation percentage than a normal Quail Hollow week will play into Minwoo's hands. So I like Minwoo. I like Sung J M. I like Will Zalatoris. And up the top, I don't mind Russell Henley. I definitely don't like Jason Day because Jason Day's got great course history. He's been withdrawn. He's not all the way there. If he's not ball striking it well and he's relying too much on the putter, that is not going to pay off at $8,800. I don't mind Henley, like I said, but I'd want to get different with Zalatoris. And Sung J M, I think I'm going to go with a lot. So those are my 8K guys. Let's get to the 7K range. And we have a 5K range this week, so let's freaking move along. 7K range, we'll start at the bottom of the 7K range and do this in two. We'll go from 74 down to 7. Tony Finau, Brian Harman, Davis Thompson, Akshay Bhatia. Akshay Bhatia is probably going to garner some love down here. Got off to a hot start in round 1, 2 of the Truist, but the ball striking has been a real mess for Shea over the last few starts, which is not a great result. Ben-On, I like you want Ben-On told me. I was talking about the players, and we were talking about the course setup and like how he's feeling. He's like, yeah, really soft, a lot of wedges, not my game. I need the firm Bermuda. Hot take, we got firm Bermuda this week. And if you're looking at some Quail course history, Ben-On finished, I believe, 3rd last year at the Wells Fargo at Quail. So Ben-On told me he loves firm and fast Bermuda. We're getting firm and fast Bermuda on a golf course. We have to be really long off the tee. This is as Ben-On golf as it gets. So I love him on the bottom of this 7K range. Wouldn't mind going back to Keegan Bradley. He hit the ball really well last week. Just putt pretty poor. Brian Harman, don't love. I like these two guys down here. And then Davis Thompson, he's going to be at most 8%, 9%. Ceiling is as high as anyone. If you can make it happen through 36, 40, 54 holes at Torrey Pines, you can make it happen here. So I like these guys at the bottom of the 7K range. Going up to the top of the 7K range, it's a tough range for me. I really do not like anyone. The only guy I'm going to go to up here is Daniel Berger. Look at Daniel Berger's stats. Look at Justin Thomas's stats. They're not that far off. Daniel Berger has been absolutely striping the ball, and he's getting close to the Daniel Berger that won PGA Tour event that was a Ryder Cupper. So I really do like D-Boog up in this top of the 7K range. Going to put a lot of my eggs in this basket. Tom Kim, he honestly makes no sense at all, but Tom Kim has been so surprisingly okay and good in his career on longer golf courses that don't necessarily make sense, especially when he's not in the best of form. It is Bermuda. He's won in North Carolina before, so if it's just a pure contrarian look, I don't mind Tom Kim, but I like Daniel Berger up here a lot, and then the guys I mentioned towards the bottom of the 7K range. We'll wrap it up with the 6K range and the 5K range, which will have some fun thoughts. But quickly, I got to talk to you guys quickly about Edge Boost, the first ever bank account built for bettors, ensuring all gambling transactions are approved. No usage fees, no minimums, earn cashback rewards, 100% approval for all betting deposit. EdgeBoost.bet, promo code SGPN. Deposit $25 and EdgeBoost will match the deposit. EdgeBoost.bet, promo code SGPN. It's time for bonus Underdog Pick'em. Underdog just launched their new game, Ladders, win up to 500x. Watching your favorite players climb the ladder. Sign up with code GOLF SGPN to claim your special pick plus first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credit. Underdog Fantasy promo code GOLF SGPN. Okay, 5K range and 6K range. We got Adam Scott down to Jacob Bridgman. Shout out Jacob Bridgman with a generational putting performance this week. And Ryan Gerard. I'll start at the bottom. I think Ryan Gerard is a great play here. Ryan Gerard holds the course record at Panther National. That's Justin Thomas's golf course. That is literally 7,900 yards in Bermuda. Quail Hollow is not quite 7,900 yards, but it's a really long golf course. That's Bermuda. Ryan Gerard hits the ball a long way and has played really well on long and difficult golf courses before. I do like him here at not the main price, but 6K flat. No one's really going to be talking about him. Keith Mitchell, $6,200, I think is a great play as well. Might be a little bit of a chalky click in the 6K range, but think of what Keith Mitchell's done on Thursdays this year. It's everyone knows he's a Thursday golfer. He's playing great on Thursdays, and he blows it. But we don't need him to win down here. If he finishes T10, no one will be surprised. He's finished top 10 at Quail before. He's won on Bermuda before. He's playing great golf. I think Keith is a great click at 62. Towards the middle of this 6K range, if you want a generational striper who's going to miss every putt, Rika Hoy, I think that's good enough to make the cut. So if you look for a cut mate at 64, Steven Yeager played all right this week. I worry about the driving just being too loose, but if he's on with the driver, look out. And then towards the top, Andrew Novak. He's always going to be chalky. I do like Andrew Novak, though. He's a Carolina merchant. He's a Carolina Panthers fan. He should feel very at home. And I don't think there's a golf course that Andrew Novak needs to play well on. I think he's just well-rounded enough to make it happen anywhere. Towards the top, Dean Burmester. You went at Trump Doral in Miami. You can play well at here. Both very long and difficult Bermuda golf courses. Dean is a top 10 driver of the golf ball in the world. I don't think that's a hot take. You watch Dean drive the golf ball. He can go toe-to-toe with anyone not named, maybe Rory McIlroy or Bryson DeChambeau. Let's get into this 5K range, give you a few bullets to possibly throw into your lineup. Austin Eckroat. I saw really good things from him at the Philly Cricket practice rounds. Now, that didn't quite result into a good week. He finished T51, 1 under par. But I think good things could be coming soon. He was 7th in the field on approach, almost last in putting. So that kind of confirms my eye test. He hit the ball really well, just putt poorly. Look out for Austin Eckroat to pop sooner than later. PGA Tour winner, multiple-time PGA Tour winner. Like him in the 5K range. Taylor Moore. I believe we're in a red state. Taylor Moore plays well in a red state. Sucks that Nico Echeverria is out. I don't. If you could fade Nick Dunlap in matchups, do it, because I don't know who he's going to be matched up with. But if it's any of these guys, definitely fade him. Matthew Pavone, always like him on long and difficult golf courses, long and straight drives are Matthew Pavone's forte. And then towards the middle, Lee Hodges has been playing good golf this year. He's gained a ton of distance. He gained a few miles an hour and got longer, which will definitely help him around Quail Hollow. I almost said Philly Cricket. Bottom of this 5K range, Nicholas Norgard-Muller. He is an absolute hammer down here. What he does well is drive the ball to a different dimension, both long and straight. He almost won. He didn't almost win, but he finished T4 at the Myrtle Beach, T5, something. It was a good finish at Myrtle Beach, and what he does well is drive the ball long and straight. Nick Norgard-Muller, 5,400, is a great play in my opinion. And if you really need someone down here, it's tough. You're getting cute. A lot of PGA Tour professionals. I don't think you want to go with any of these guys. I don't think none of these guys. Elvis Smiley didn't even play professional golf last year. The lowest guy I would go is Tristan Lawrence. Remember when he won the Open? Who could forget? But with Tristan Lawrence clicking when he does well, he's a great driver, which you need to have at Quail Hollow. So I don't love this 5K range. I'd put my eggs in the Norgard-Muller basket. Shout out Daniel Valentine-Dare getting in the field, a generational driver of the golf ball too when he's clicking. And Laurie Cantor, he's a great ball striker. DP World Tour Live. I don't think you want to go with Phil. Too cute there. Don't play Michael Block at 5,500 when you can play a legitimately better golfer for cheaper. Nick Norgard-Muller and Michael Block is hilarious. That Norgard-Muller is priced lower than Michael Block. I mean, and Phil, but that's insane. All right, that wraps up the show. Stick around very shortly. We're going to be going live for the betting show in like 10, 15 minutes. We're getting all the content done ahead of time.